It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wildcard Weekend. It's the Riverhawks and the Steamers, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Today, a battle out of the AFC between the visiting team and our home team. Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about a quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. No. Today, before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, when the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the
We are underway in this AFC Wildcard Weekend contest. Starting from the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 37. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
And this one does not go far. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11. They're throwing it. On target to Jackson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Steamers getting their punt team out there. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite, the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make. You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Throwing on 2nd and 13. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They'll throw it. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Play action on 1st down. Has it downfield, working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. They motion the tight end over. The give here on 2nd. And he's able to get this down to the 36. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Throwing from the gun here. That's caught for the 1st. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And they're going to have a 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks you can keep on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Steamers take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
That one right down the middle. And the Steamers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. He'll look to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and long for him here. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Broke through the tackle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give them a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 1. Has a man. It's Brooks. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. This one goes off left tackle. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. He'll throw it. This is reeled in by Jackson. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Dumped off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Here's a throw. That's complete to Jackson. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the 1st. They are throwing it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Neither side separating much so far. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Time to begin the 2nd quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Now give left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. The Steamers pull out in front further, 13-zip. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steamers double their lead to 14. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. New set of downs for him at the 38. Slot man in motion left. Pass play on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. Hits him on the out route. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Handoff now from the gun. Oh, he trucked that defender. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give him a 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. Look at that work, turning those legs, driving across the 15. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Riverhogs start to fight back with their first points of this game. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Riverhogs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He fields it from the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Steamers returning their offense and this running back to the field. They've got 1st down from the 31. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Pass play now. Setting up the screen. He loses the football. And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play. Well, they're going to face fourth down now, Brock, but hey, could be a whole lot worse. Very nearly a turnover there until that sideline saved them.
Yeah, even if this drive is coming to an end, they'll get to do so now, Kate, on their own terms. Get that punter out there and hopefully give their defense a much better field position to defend from.
The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll begin this possession in just a moment. To throw it on first down. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become two, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Short throw, tipped. Oh, but he still got it. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Setting up a throw. Setting up the running back screen. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Throwing the out route complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Back to throw now. That's incomplete left side.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be their football. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. All right, here we go. Second down. Here's a give up the middle. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. They give it to him again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. On now comes their punter. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. They've got first down from the 31. Throwing now from the gun. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He's going to throw this one. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Back now, pressure on its way. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing it again here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing third and long. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Stays up, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. The Riverhogs bringing out their punter. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And that is where they'll start the next drive. Now they'll throw out of the gun. On target to Jackson. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Dropping back to throw. Complete out to the right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. Probably looking at our final snap and a half here on first down. All right, snap and a quick kneel down, and the final few seconds are going to elapse here in our first half. That's the half in this opening round AFC postseason matchup. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. We had 2 great games yesterday, and we're just getting started here. The first of 3 more on this Wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you two in just a moment. We'll get started in the place dubbed America's finest city, San Diego, California, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Oilers needed a big win, and they got it, as the victory gives them a final mark of 11-6 on the year.
Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. And as much as we thought we'd be watching highlights here, talking about this passing game, Brock, it's been the guys on the other side of the ball who've come in and stolen that spotlight.
Yeah, and in an offensive-driven league, and one that's sometimes even legislated that way, it's nice and refreshing to see a defense put together an effort like this.
Amen.
Be the ones everybody's talking about for how well they played on their side of the ball.
Hauled in left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 39. And it sets up first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Alone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Brought in right side. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play. They'll try and punch it in. Has the touchdown. The River Hogs cut into the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the River Hogs tie things up at 14. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Starting from the 5. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. A give now from the gun. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
To throw here on 1st down. That's complete to Jackson. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Another carry for him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. In the middle holes, they don't get anything on the run. They're lining up on the doorstep, 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Back-to-back carries here. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steamers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot. But on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you could strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And, yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Steamers break that tie and now lead by 7. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Riverhogs and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 32. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this one doesn't go far.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
They'll send out the punting unit. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Fair catch made, a little beyond the 20-yard line. No return on that punt. The Steamers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And they have leaned on him to get this offense to the end zone in the game, and he's delivered. He's hit pay dirt 3 times. Part of a really nice game for him so far, Brock. Been returning good value on the looks that he's been getting. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down. Hand off to the back. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They gain 14 on the play. And they'll have 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Back to the well again. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Second and 3 now. From the 43. Finds him on the slant. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. They've got possession, just 1 quarter from advancing in the postseason. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll try and throw it here. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. He's dropping back to throw. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the 2 keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
Working inside the red zone. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Diving for the goal line, and it's not free! And they'll return it for a touchdown! The Steamers picked up the fumble and ran it home! That right there was impressive, Brock. Even with the fumble, absolutely no panic on his part. Finding that football, keeping the play going, and taking it in for 6.
I am just hearing my old offensive coordinator, Tom Moore, say, whoever plays the hardest the longest wins. And that's what you got to do. You got to play harder, you got to play longer than your opponent, and when you get an opportunity, go seize it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steamers double their lead to 14. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. This offense making its way back out now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Handoff now out of the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Back to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that takes them to 3rd down. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Throw on 3rd down. Hits his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
New set of downs for him at the 38. first down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Pass play coming here. Complete over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. 2nd and 3 now. Tight end in motion right. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. He'll throw it yet again. Short pass brought in. And they make the tackle at the 38. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives them the first. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Running it now out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hits him on the in route. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. It's the 2-minute warning from Memphis. Steamers feeling good with a 14-point advantage. Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. after a good pickup. They're set up with second and short. They give it to him again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game.
Let's go now.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now we're on the counter. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the run. That's going to bring up 4th and 8.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this is headed to the sideline, and it'll bounce out at the 7. Wow, great kick. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Back to throw on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Looking to the air here. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Here he is to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Try and push it deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They take one final knee. Time's going to run out. Brock, their playoff story begins with a victory.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they were the top-ranked team in action in this wild card round, Brock. So this was always the expectation that they'd advance through to the divisional round. And next week, they're going to be right back here playing for a spot in that conference championship. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Steamers emerge as winners, as with that, we sign off from Memphis.